What is up, guys? In the last video we went over how you can get started with creating some very basic HTML, and in this video we are going to continue with that by introducing a few new tags and showing you how you can use a few attributes and what those are. But by the end of the tutorial we'll be creating something that will look similar to this, if not this exactly. So we have a very simple site here that says Jojo the Bear. It's going to have an image and it's going to have a quote at the bottom and a link for you to go and find the image that when you click on it will take you to the image source. So it's going to be simple as that, but let's get started immediately by first typing in HTML, and we will click on this 5 so we can have the whole template. And for the title we are going to name it Jojo the Bear. So that will be the title of the page and it will be indexed by Google. So if you try to search for Jojo the Bear, this will hopefully pop up as the title, and it will also be displayed on the tab of your web browser. But let's move on. So as always, we should get started by writing some code inside the body, and this time we are going to get started directly by adding an attribute. And I will go into more detail about this later, but essentially we're going to type this attribute that's called style. And this allows us to use CSS attributes. So we can start styling our text, positioning it. And for this example, we are going to be using the text align and we are going to set it to center. So what this does is make sure that everything inside the body will be displayed in the center or aligned to the center. And then we will add the image tag. So we'll just type in img. And that's going to create for us this placeholder, which will have a source and an alternative text. So the first thing we want to cover is getting an image. So from the last image, I already have it copied. I will just paste it here. You just have to make sure that when you actually use an image, it is the full URL. So it will actually know where to source it from. And then we want to give this some alternative text. And this is necessary in case for whatever reason the image does not load. So let's pretend you have a broken link. You'll see this text pop up instead, and we will just write in here Jojo the Bear. Then we should also give this image a width and a height, and to do that all you have to type in is width, and you can either choose to put pixels or a percentage. And I want this image to occupy 50% of the screen in the width, and for the height I will make it occupy only 30%. So this will take care of our image, and actually if we run it right away, first we should save. And then we can click on open with live server. So as you can see, we have the image of Jojo the Bear right here, and it is centered. So that is the body centering it for us. And I also forgot to show you that because we specified a percentage and not a fixed pixel width, when we resize the window, it will resize with the picture. If we just go ahead and write 500 pixels instead and click on save, you will notice that the image will stay the same regardless of how much we resize the window. And also I forgot to give this a header, and we're going to type in header 1, and this is just going to be called Jojo the Bear. And let's add some quotation marks around that. So what I forgot to mention in the last video is that these header tags, which go from H1 to H6, are very important because Google uses them to index your web page. That means if you have a header that says blah blah blah, there's a big chance that when you type on Google for something that's related to your website, that will pop up in the results. So make sure you use these in the right places accordingly, and that you actually add relevant information that you want to show up on the Google search engine, because that can help your site with visibility a lot later. But moving on, let's go ahead and add a paragraph tag. And inside here, we're going to add a quote by Jojo the Bear. And the quote is going to be, "I'm tired." And this is a good time to introduce to you a new tag, and this is the break tag. And all it does is create a new line. Of course, you can achieve this by just copying the paragraph and pasting it under, but the break will allow us to do it just by including that. So whatever we write over here will be on the next line. So for example, we will add a small dash and we will say Jojo the Bear. So now when we refresh this page, you'll notice that it will say "I'm tired," and that was written by Jojo the Bear on a new line. So it's just a very convenient way to start a new line in case you want to start it at a random point of your current tag. And finally, let's add a link so the user can actually go and find out the source of the image. So for that, all we have to do is type A and click on enter, and it will give us this href attribute, which allows us to insert a link. So I'm going to insert the same link I had from earlier, and I'm going to paste it right here. Then between these two angle brackets, we can specify a title for our link. And this is going to be called get the image here. And we're also going to add another attribute, which is called target. And we're just going to type in underscore blank. And this specifies that we want it to open in a new empty tab. Otherwise, it will open in the current tab and it will take the user away from the website. And there are also other attributes that we can add for the target, but I believe this one is the most important one you should know for now. And when we save and run the site, you will notice that we will have a nice link at the bottom centered that when we click on it will take us to a new window with the link specified. Also, let's see what happens if the link breaks. So for example, let's do something like that and click on refresh. You'll see that because the image did not load, it will just provide us with a small description of what was supposed to be there. And that's essentially all the alternative text does. But that's actually all I wanted to show you in this tutorial. And in the next video, we'll be going over a few more tags and a few more attributes. And with that being said, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you.